Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is the Narcissistic Resistance. And this resistance video is a sponsored video from Victoria, who is sponsoring it for Anita. And I believe this also has audio attached to it. So here's Anita's story. And Anita contacted me yesterday, and apparently she had sent something on my Facebook Messenger, why I tell you not to do it, because half the time I don't see it. So I'm going to start with that message she sent me back on April 30th and then roll into what she sent me yesterday, because I think it all is going to be needed, so it makes sense, because what she sent me yesterday is pretty short with the audio. Hi, I just subscribed to your channel and want to say thank you for validating the victims. Validation. Seriously, the word validation almost brings me to tears, because that is something I have been lacking for the last 25 years. I can tell you 25 years worth of chaos and destruction. There is so much going through my head that I don't even know where to start. There is no way that I could tell you everything. My husband has been diagnosed with bipolar for a while now, and I get that. He was also diagnosed with borderline about 2 years ago. Okay. here's my opinion. When somebody's diagnosed as bipolar, and then recently they say, no, they're also borderline. They're only borderline. They are not bipolar. It's the borderline. It's the borderline. It's the borderline. The bipolar, I'm sure you can handle, because you can tell if it's true, it's out of his control. It makes no sense. I guarantee you what he's doing with the borderline is a far different story. It's the only thing that finally makes sense. I thought I was going crazy. Sometimes I feel sorry for him because of the bipolar. Then I see the borderline part, who says he is a victim all the time and is never wrong. How the heck do you get better or improve with that combo? It's all BS. Of course it is. That's why they do it. My situation is bad. I'm 53 years old and disabled with Lyme disease and severe osteoporosis. Currently, I have 15 vertebrae compressions, and I'm in a lot of pain and have to use a cane now. I was doing okay with the osteo until February 24, 2016. I got into a car with my husband, who was manic at the time, and rammed into a curb. No big deal for a healthy person, but it was to me. Then 2 weeks ago, he went into a rage and started struggling with me, attempting to grab my phone. He gets super angry because I document as much as I can. Unfortunately, that struggle made my back worse, and I am having a really hard time physically and just starting to use a cane. He literally destroyed all my favorite things, suspended my cell phone, disconnected the computer, took the doorknob to my bedroom off, put a hole in the bathroom door with a screwdriver, and tried to dismantle my mattress. It is a sleep number mattress that I use for pain. Brought in a hammer into my room, saying he was trying to prove a point that he could smash everything in my room. That is all deliberate. It's all calculated. It's all with a purpose. That is bipolar. And you're saying this motherfucker is running around trying to say it's not my fault because I'm bipolar, I'm the victim. That's why they're monsters, not victims. Right here. And this is what they don't address in any of those fucking blogs, any of those borderline personality awareness bullshit. This is the shit they don't address. This is the shit that's not their fault. I have a borderline person. No, you're an asshole. You choose to do all of this. I sell things on eBay, and my room is basically storage for everything. It is not much, but I hang on to my little store for my own sanity's sake. It's all I got. He knows this. He will always put down my store too. Pretty much everything I just mentioned is on video. He also developed an alcohol and drug problem. He was drunk at the time what I just shared with you. The alcohol makes him the devil as far as I'm concerned. To add to that fun rage, he lost his footing in my room as he was going after my stuff and started to fall. He was pretty drunk, and I think he stepped on my coats on the floor. He grabbed onto, I think, the door frame, which is missing because he destroyed that one in in one of his previous rages, and the nails are exposed. He cut his finger and started bleeding. He purposely started flicking the blood all over the hallway floor and smeared it on my door. It was like a mini bloodbath, and the smearing part freaked me out, and I called the police. He was in jail for 2 days. He probably could have ended up staying longer, but I was worried that if he stayed in jail, his disability checks would stop, as they have in the past, and I wouldn't be able to pay the bills. This isn't the first time in jail, so I know. I know you said that all this behavior is a choice, and I agree, but my opinion has a spiritual slant to it. I wonder what others think. I do believe in God and consider myself born-again Christian. I think by choosing this behavior and getting away with it for so long, his soul is basically locked in with evil, and I think he is doomed. I guess I can say that I think at least a portion of this is demonic, and what triggered me into writing you was you talking about someone's comment that these people have no control, they can't help it, etc., etc. That is a bunch of BS. In the past, my husband would trash the house. Then as soon as I called the police, he would start picking up his mess before the cops came. And with his last rage that I shared with you, I watched his eyes scan across the room looking for things to trash that were mine, of course. His eyes roamed over to the piano where I have all my antique-looking frames of my grandparents that I cherish. And he was eyeing them, and I knew he wanted to trash them. You know, it's funny because I just had an experience not too long ago with somebody who claims they're bipolar and has these same bipolar rages where he breaks things, breaks walls, TVs, runs stuff over, threatens people in the car. Until I realized, you know what? The stuff that's broken isn't yours, it's somebody else's always. Or was purchased by someone else. So that's where you look at it like, oh, you're not bipolar, you're borderline. See, the borderline hides behind the bipolar diagnosis that they can't, but they can. But they can. A true rage, you just breaking anything you get your hands on. That's not what the borderline does. The borderline breaks your things. And if they break something of their own, you can guarantee they didn't purchase it, and somebody else will replace it for them. That's how you know. His eyes roamed over to the piano where I have all my antique-looking frames of my grandparents that I cherish. He was eyeing them, and I knew he wanted to trash them. But then I watched his eyes move over to his dad's antique oil lanterns next to my pictures. Then he stopped and walked away. He seriously wanted to break my stuff and decided not to decided not to swipe them all because his dad's stuff was in the way. I also have video of him walking into the living room with that haughty stance and walk. He was in the middle of his rant rage. He walked up to the TV and lifted it up. But then he must have decided it was too valuable for him, and he put it back. He knows darn well what he was doing. I also have him on video during another rant calling me and my son names. He will literally be calling us nasty names and yelling. Then literally the next minute he will call his dad, who has the money strings, and his entire personality will change. He was all calm-like and in cool and comfortable manner, like nothing is going on. He says, "Hi, Dad," nothing. Like nothing is going on. He tries to make my son and I look like the crazy ones. How old is his father? If he can't control himself and it's not his fault, then why would he take the time with one finger and carefully make the blood smears? I have photos. Because because you're going to have to clean it. He don't care. It's about disrespecting you. I have photos and videos that I would love to share with you just to prove that he does have control of what he does. My only concern is that with my luck, I will get in trouble for slander or some darn thing. If I knew how to blot out his face, if you want to view a couple of them and see the pics, I don't have a problem with that as long as the identities are not revealed. But I'm sure I could expose him like that for what he is. At one last point, I'm not sure I can agree or relate. Everyone says borderlines were abused. In my husband's case, absolutely not. He is spoiled rotten. Over the years, well, he was probably a golden child. Being the golden child will fuck you up just as much as being the scapegoat. Because that's where the entitlement comes from, of never being told no. Over the years, I would send proof to his dad of all the destruction, and so would my son, his grandson. His reply to my son would be, well, I used to babysit you. Okay, so what does that have to do with your son abusing my family? Or he would reply to me, well, haven't you ever broken anything? No, I haven't. Yeah, the father's a sadist and gets off on it and is probably in on the gaslighting of his son, with his son. Or when he had an affair about 10 years ago, his dad would get at me for thinking about divorce. Well, marriage is about compromise. Really? His dad has covered him for every way possible. Monetarily, emotionally, you name it. Isn't Joni Arias borderline? Maybe she shouldn't be serving her time then. Oh, Jodi Arias borderline? Maybe she shouldn't be serving her time then if she didn't mean to slash her boyfriend umpteen times and she couldn't help it. That poor girl has misunderstood my ass. Oh, and I kept reading where borderlines feel too much and they have so much remorse for what they have done. BS. In my case, he has no remorse whatsoever for making my condition with my bones worse. If I made someone worse, I couldn't live with myself and would be trying to help and making it up to the person. None of that here. It's BS, and I think these people are evil. So sorry this is so long. I won't lie. I feel validated by watching your monster videos. It means so much to me. Thank you for everything you do. This is all a choice by them. That was the message I didn't see. This is what I got yesterday. Hi, Ollie. Hope you're doing well. I'm unable to donate, and if you think of a sponsor is needed, if you would like to share, that would be great. Forgive me as I'm totally stressed, and this is going to be super short. My husband is 60-year-old. My 60-year-old husband was diagnosed bipolar and borderline. Just went out to get more booze, and he is on a roll. I heard him just pull up, so this will be super short. I am disabled with 15 vertebrae compressions. He made them worse to the point I'm now using a cane. He was struggling to get my phone a couple months ago. Also, I was the stupid one that messaged you on Facebook because, again, I was writing under duress. I'm sorry for being one of those pains. It's not that you're being one of the pains. I didn't even see the message because it went to unfiltered. It went to filtered. Anyways, he is super angry and drunk right now. His family cut him off because of the drama, and well, that's good. And our two sons won't even talk to him. My youngest, who is 23, lives with us and wants us to get out ASAP. He is disabled also, so our situation is a mess financially. Here are two videos that just took place. They're private. He is drunk and wants to divorce and leave. He wants me to sign off at the bank with him so the equity will be unlocked and he can buy a truck and run off to the sunset. Doesn't sound right to me. What do you think? Sorry, this is so short and all over the place, just like my head. Here he is right here and drunk.
You know you're really getting fucked here. Start signing over.
I don't know if it's the right thing to do or the legal thing to do.
Then call your fucking lawyer, because I don't have one.
Neither do I.
Apparently you do.
Why, did Anna tell you no, don't be stupid?
I'm talking to the fucking bank. All I want is a fucking truck.
Okay,
Oh,
I
what
think
a
maybe-
what a fucking baby boy. This is a spoiled little brat. This is not bipolar. This is a spoiled little fucking brat. This is a monster.
The court should handle that.
It's due right now, because I want it now.
I want it now. I want it now. This motherfucker's laying on a bed with his shoes on.
Well, then you can contact a lawyer.
Give up the fucking van.
That's not right.
Give up $4,500 then.
I don't have the 40.
Then you start signing over, bitch.
I don't know if that's the right thing to do.
Then you better fucking start calling, bitch.
I don't know if it's the right thing to do.
Start calling.
I think we...
Oh, I'm sorry. That's you on the bed with your shoes on. Well, you can keep your shoes on. Oh, I see. Oh, that's... Jesus, look at this train wreck.
You gotta talk to Anna or somebody.
Start calling.
Don't intimidate me.
Fucking bank.
Oh, he's
You're
drunk.
not gonna intimidate me.
All right, he's standing there. He's drunk. He's swaying. This is a fucking child. All right, I had the angle wrong. I got you now.
So you can get $7,500 for
I said
yourself.
$4,500. Plus I need money for an apartment.
Apartment.
Plus
All you've been doing is it's me, I.
first and last, plus whatever the fuck they want.
I know. Same with me and Brandon. We have to do it the legal way.
Then you better start giving up.
Well, let's contact a lawyer. Talk to Anna.
You. I want you to sign on a loan so I get the fuck out of here.
And leave us in a sinking ship.
No,
And me
all
disabled.
I want is 10 grand.
Me
And
too.
leave me and Brandon in a foreclosed house in a sinking ship.
No.
How are you going to get a loan if your house is in foreclosure? Yeah, that doesn't even make sense. Like, what loan is he getting with a house in foreclosure? The delusions of grandeur. You just look in the bully because he's not getting his way. This is just pure supply he's looking for.
I'll take care of it.
How about we leave? Can you get the cigarettes out of here?
I don't have one. I don't want that fucking truck. $4,500.
What, Paul?
No.
I want a lot of things too, but I like to do it the right way. I don't know what's
I want
legal.
10 grand.
I don't know if it's legal, moral.
I want 10 grand.
I do too.
I want to make sure it's
I
legal,
want you
it's
to sign
fair.
on it.
I want to make sure it's legal, fair, and moral.
Fuck the moral part.
All
Fuck
three
the
of us
moral
have
part.
needs.
I'm sure you can get 10.
And how is he going to pay back this? Understand loans need to be paid back. Well, he just thinks he's going to grab 10 grand. The moral part is, oh, I'm never just going to pay it back and that's it? Like what? How are you getting a loan off a foreclosed house?
10 grand if you sign it off. I'll sign it.
I don't know
myself.
if it's the right or fair thing to
I'll
do.
sign it off myself. You get 10, I get 10.
I don't know if it's the right way to do it.
You got 100 grand at least. Property values have gone up 20% in the last year.
Delusions
Or
of
can
grandeur.
talk, see what the bankers say. Say, this is what he plans to do. Is this
All
right?
right, I want it done now.
I need to talk to somebody.
You better fucking start talking.
Look, Anita. Fuck the house. You and your sons need to get out of there. You have 2 sons. One lives with you. The other one doesn't. You and your 2 sons need to make a plan if your other son's disabled as well. Because you can't live like this. Get up. I mean, I understand you're in a bad financial situation. He's trying to get you to take $10,000 out. Like, because he thinks there's $100,000 of equity in this house that's in foreclosure? Who's giving? This is delusions of grandeur, and this is just nothing more than the narcissist borderline's entitlement, and them knowing that they can't get their way, so they're looking. They don't care. It doesn't make sense. They don't care. Bullying, 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 and he's well aware of what he's doing. He just wants her to try. Because you could say, oh, see there, that proves he can't control it. It doesn't make... No, he just wants her to try. But he doesn't want to do it himself, you see. See, he still benefits at the end of this. That's how you know it's calculated. He wants her to go through all the work and all the process and reap all the benefits and then won't run away with the money. He still benefits at the end, so that's how you know it's purposeful and calculated and it's something he has control over. And just another example of the borderline monster. They're not victims. And you heard Anita say so. This guy's been trying to make himself out to be a victim for you. What is this a victim of? This is the type of behavior these borderlines don't ever talk about, of what they can't control, and their pain and their suffering. This is their suffering. No, 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 no. This is the type of shit that they got called out on, of why they finally had to admit they're borderlines to begin with. So now we get to be borderlines and victims, and now none of this matters. It absolutely matters. It absolutely matters. Because it was absolutely planned and calculated and always to your benefit. So that's why, again, the borderline is a monster, not a victim. I would suggest for you, Victoria, maybe setting up GoFundMe, working with your 2 sons, because something needs, you can't live with a guy like that. He's going to get so drunk, maybe he's already been to jail. And that's a little worrisome, because a guy who's already been to jail, some of them, they're like, oh, I'm never going back, and I'll fight my way to not go back. And that'll usually mean that kill you and themselves. Or if they're not afraid to go back, fuck it, I've already been there. I'm 60 years old. How much time do I got to hurt you and your son anyway? A plan needs to be made to escape, because borderlines are dangerous. Because borderlines are monsters, not victims. So, thank you, Anita, for the audio and your story. I appreciate it. Thank you to Victoria for sponsoring Anita's video. She's in a bad spot, it seems like, so it's nice that we can get sponsorships. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comments section below. If you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, a narcissist you'd like to expose, you'd like to set up a Skype chat, phone call, have a private video made, or a Facebook chat, or you'd like to sponsor a video just like this for someone who can't afford one and needs it, or just sponsor the channel in general, which is always awesome. You know what to do with the PayPal and email links in the description box. And if you're still unclear, wait for the instructional video link to pop up on the screen at the end of this video to walk you through all of that. Please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been The Narcissistic Resistance. Take care.